go. I think we're live. I think all is good. Yet again, with the complete lack of any sort of warning for the start of a stream, because I decide these on a whim, generally on the day. So congratulations to those who happen to have tuned in at exactly the right moment, who have refreshed their subscriber feeds, literally in these past couple of seconds, because you'll get to be here first. Okay, the first comment is someone saying second, so that's a little bit weird. Are you counting me as being the first, the only Dragon King? Or are you basing it off the view numbers? Because I have the stream open in another window, so you were probably the first. And it's at a bit more of a normal time for me this time round. I'm not starting at like midnight and going till 2 AM. It is merely 7:30 in the afternoon where I am at the moment. Apparently I'm dropping frames, which is surprising because I'm literally streaming a still image. So that's a thing. We'll see how that goes. That's slightly concerning. We dropped 42 frames. And we haven't dropped any more yet, so I assume that there was a temporary hiccup, and now it's fine. Technically I did comment first. I did say hello before he commented, therefore it was the second comment, but it was the first written comment. Or typed. Yeah, unfortunately it can be weird times for other people, like McDuck Jr., where it is currently 2:33 in the morning. My apologies. But if I streamed at like midnight again, then for you it would be a lot. Numbers, maths. It'd be like 7 AM or something, or 5 AM, I don't know. The last one, I uploaded the last one to YouTube. This is the 6th stream of Ribbonworld. Right, let's switch to the game. Here we are, where we left off last time. So yeah, this is the 6th one. These are usually about 2 hours long. If you happen to be tuning in halfway through the stream, but you've started watching from the beginning, did you know that you can watch at double speed so that you can catch up with the stream while it is still running? That is a crazy thing that YouTube does, and is quite cool, so you can enjoy that if you've turned up a little bit late and don't want to miss out on anything. So that's cool. We go. Everyone's giving the times in their various time zones. So far, mostly decent ones. This is a better time in general because it's before Europe's gone to bed, but it's also like during the daytime for the US. So, you know, it's what a lot of YouTubers aim for. What I should probably aim for instead of midnight my time like last time. That was a bit dumb on my part. So that's why you might have missed the last stream, because it came out at a weird time, and then also it took ages to publish because it got flagged as not friendly for most advertisers, because everything I do gets flagged as not friendly for most advertisers, because, I don't know, factories, they're just not, you know, it's too much for people. Conveyor belts? Jeez, you're crazy. Can't show that. So yeah, welcome everyone into the stream. Let's get on with Factorioing. We, at the end of last stream, sorted out the oil. It's looking pretty decent at the moment. We've got all the plastic... Actually, no, we've got 3 out of 4 of the plastic chemical plants running. Petroleum gas is still no good. Light oil, also no good. Heavy oil, there's a fair bit of it. Looks like we need to start cracking that. Why didn't I do that last stream? Let's do that now then. Basically just recreate the same system over here as we did there. That way we won't end up with crazy amounts of heavy oil building up, and we can actually get maybe a decent supply of oil. That's probably the problem actually, the fact that we've got a single refinery running, so we can start crafting a couple extras of those. Our oil supply is plentiful. Pump jacks aren't even running because there's tons available. So let's start by setting this up, because now we have fancier oil stuff going, so that's nice. By the way, how is the quality of the stream and everything for everyone? Is all good? Is the audio fine? Is everything wonderful? I hope it is. I would be surprised if it wasn't, but not that much. Wait, there isn't actually any water over there, but it's future-proofing or something. And then we need to do our standard pipe connectee system here. There, that should be that fully connected up and running continuously. So that's all good. Water being delivered by train because derp. And now we'll have double the oil rate, and that should mean that these are... Oh, it's gone terrible again because we ran out of light oil. So yeah, I definitely needed to add more production in generally. That's why the series with E takes so long to publish. Oh, well, right, okay, so let me fill you in, for those who don't know, on my video situation right now. I think I've talked about it in the series with Peachy and Sheepdog, but the videos haven't come out yet, for the reasons I'm about to explain. Basically, at the moment, YouTube is flagging basically every video I put out. Like, on average, you will, like any particular video I put up, I expect to get flagged at the moment. And then what happens is I request for it to be manually reviewed, and then 24 hours later, it gets manually reviewed, and then it's monetized again, except sometimes it takes longer. At one point it took like 60 hours I timed from uploading to actually having a video fully monetized and me having been notified of it. So, at the moment, if I want to put a video out, I've got to prepare things well in advance by quite a bit. So, it's taking a while for things to get to you. But I'm getting into the habit of basically uploading like videos that will come out in 3 days' time and doing things that way. And so you're starting to see now 1 or 2 videos every single day because I'm catching up on everything I've got behind on. The series with Peachy and Sheepdog, which I'm still weeks and weeks behind on, and the multiple series with EE. So yeah, YouTube is derp. And everything has to be manually reviewed, and every single manual review always succeeds because there isn't actually anything wrong with my videos. The algorithm has just decided that there is. So there's the lovely explanation of how dumb YouTube is. And hopefully it will improve, but probably not, because it's YouTube. So anyway, we're playing this game called Factorio. The stream stopped for you, the Only Dragon King. That's a bit of a concern. There's a sudden drop of viewership a couple minutes ago, as if the stream had cut out temporarily. So that's comforting. Definitely. Let me check. I've got a tab here for stream health. Let's look at this. It says the stream is healthy. So, sure. Oh! And there we go. So I hadn't even discussed this yet. I was going to, but I was going to leave it till we were underway. But Ponyu7 has just sponsored me, because that is a thing now. I finally found the button. I just had to press a button and tick some boxes, and now I am on the sponsorship program thing that YouTube has, which means that if you... like, basically, it's like Twitch subscribing, but for YouTube. So that's cool. Thank you very much, Ponyu, for doing that. That's awesome. You are the very first Mangleport Gaming sponsor. It's a bit confusing, because sponsor is supposed to mean a different thing. But YouTube didn't think things through, so subscribing on YouTube is equivalent to following on Twitch, so then they decided that subscribing on YouTube would... hang on. It's confusing. Basically, everything's shifted. It's like chips and fries and stuff for between the UK and the US. One name was wrong, so they just changed all the names in a chain to make everything make sense. So it's called sponsorship, which is a bit weird, but it's subscribing. But it's not subscribing because that's following. But following's not a thing on YouTube. Right, I need to set this up. So activate when heavy oil is greater than light oil. There we go, that pump is running, a small amount of cracking is taking place, that will help with the supply of light oil, as will the extra refinery. Is that running? What? Hold on. Where's the... oh, what have... oh no. Oh no, what have I done? I didn't... oh god. Okay. I did it backwards. I did a derp panic. Undo. Reverse. Everything's wrong. Okay. Have I managed to clear them out properly? What's that supposed to be? That's supposed to be petroleum gas. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? See, I wasn't like in the zone yet. I was still doing intro stuff. And I was distracted and I've made a terrible mistake and all the oil is backwards. The humanity. It's okay, we can fix this. We can just break it and push it back. And everything will be fine. Whoops. Everything's fine. I could just replace there. All good. Plug that back in. That's now okay. It's all petroleum gas probably. The heavy oil seems to be okay. So it's this way around that I need to put the pipes. Oh, no, it's gone wrong again. Damn it! What did I... Oh, what? Oh. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've broken things a lot. Okay. Right, I see what I was trying to do. I'm just going to break this for a second because stuff is happening and I need to respond to it. Things are happening in the chat, so I'm going to read the chat for a minute and come back to this. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. We got a tip from... no, a super chat even, from Dragon Rick Lord, £5. Hi Bentham, how are you this evening? Let's hope this stream... let's hope this stream begets turret lines fed by ammo trains and lots of running out of iron. I'm sure they'll be running out of iron, definitely. Turret lines fed by ammo, definite possibility, but I'd prefer to just kill the biters. You know? Some advice about Minecraft, how to harvest crops properly. Apparently there's a way of harvesting them without breaking them, so that's cool. People having things crash. Apparently. Hopefully that's all fine. And there we go. I should have been paying attention to the chat because I didn't notice that Rasmus Carlson said, "Why does Bentham have two liquids in the same pipe? Heavy oil and petroleum gas?" Wasn't paying attention. It's gone horribly wrong. And yep, everyone spotting the derp. And also another sponsorship from Chekero. I guess it's CH3CK3R0. Chekero, I suppose, is the name that you're going for there. Oh dear. Binding is pretty much the one thing that's screwing the outputs up. Breaks everything. Yep, I've broken everything. I mean, the tanks aren't filling, though they might in a second if I don't pay attention. But yeah, all these pipes are borked. I'm just going to have to tear it down and rebuild it, I think. AOK Villa asking how powerful is Kazakhstan? I think 3. 3 powerful, I would say. Oh dear. How long can a train be? Infinite. Technically, you could just keep making a longer train. It will continue to work. I imagine there's a certain point where it breaks the game, but that's probably beyond what any human could accomplish without editing files and such. And we have another new sponsor, Velasco. There we go, that's an easy one to say. Thank you very much, that is awesome. We're up to 3 already. I was not expecting this. I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 in the entire stream. We're what, 15 minutes in? And I've got 3, so that's amazing. Thank you very much for doing that. And that sort of thing really helps me to be able to do this as a job, which is awesome. I hope you enjoy use of the private Discord that sponsoring gives you access to. I've currently set it up so that you can only get into the Discord. Oh, we got another one! It's Dragon Rick Lord. I had a suspicion, seeing as you, like, you might as well. Seeing as you super chat me all the time anyway. Thank you very much, Dragon Rick Lord, for your sponsorship. But yes, you can sync your YouTube account with Discord, and then it will give you access to the private Discord channel which I have set up that currently only YouTube sponsors can access. Because I thought it's only fair to give you something, and I can't make emotes or anything like that yet because you need to have 2 subscribers, I think, 2 sponsors before you can make your first emote. So I guess I can technically do that now, though I don't know where I would start with that. I will have to ask the various people I know that stream what do help and see what they say. Okay, so we got this going again. There we go. That's our petroleum gas. We'll connect it like that. Now we've got 2 petroleum gas things connected. The light oil is fine. It's managed to escape all of this unscathed so far. And then we have that there to connect the 2 heavy oils together. And then we'll have a pipe over here to do that. And then I think this can't extend anymore. We'll just move pipes down to there. And there we go. It's working. Everything is properly connected. The refineries are running, nothing's exploding, all is good. I fixed it, it's fine. Thank you very much, Artemonstrick. I know the upload rate has been pretty crazy recently, as I've managed to get into the swing of things a bit better with preparing videos beforehand so that they can get flagged, and then manually reviewed and unflagged, ready for the time that they were supposed to go out. When will I upload the Sheepdog and Peachy number 24 episode? I believe that'll be tomorrow, because I think that's the next one on the list. I think there's a lot of iron chests in that one. That one gets a bit wacky. Oh yes, I need to tell you how to get the sponsorship thing, because it's dumb, because YouTube is dumb. Basically, you can only sponsor through YouTube Gaming. I don't know why, because it then registers on the main YouTube site that you are sponsored, and then you never have to visit YouTube Gaming again. But if you want to sponsor, you have to go there, press that button, do the thing, and then you can leave again. I don't know why the button is only in YouTube Gaming and not also in YouTube, because it does literally the same thing on both sites. It's stupid, but there you go. The link should be operational in the description of the stream, and we've just researched nuclear power, so that's awesome. What next? I'm sure there's something cool to have at this stage of blue science. Maybe advanced electronics. I think that unlocks a whole bunch of extra stuff down the line. Oh, it doesn't. It gives us rocket silo and effect transmission. But it gives us processing units and high-tech science packs. It might be something worth just getting so that we have it. Yeah, we'll research that. Yeah, the price is roughly your regional equivalent to $5, but it's actually variable from country to country. There's an interesting chart which shows you how the prices differ depending on what country you're in, that you can look up somewhere. Yeah, that's how much it is. It's basically, it's Twitch subscription, but for YouTube. YouTube has noticed that Twitch has good stuff, and is like, we should do that stuff. Let's make bits, but call them super chats, and subscription, but call it sponsorship. And then all will be good. So what's supply actually running down? Is it that bad? Okay, it's building up again, but yeah, it's weird. I need extra pumps to keep the tank full. Once the tank's empty, I think things will flow quicker out of the fluid wagon, so that'll work out okay. Right, how are things doing back at the base? We haven't looked yet. Plastic is nice and built up on the line. It's building up in the chest, so that's a good sign. Iron's not looking great. Copper's sort of alright. It's hanging in there. Let's have a look at the factory. Gears could be better, but it's a lack of iron, so there's not much we can do about that. Circuits are fine. Science is all looking good. Blue science packs were limited on. But like half the labs are running, so it's not terrible. The limitation for blue science is mining drills, and the reason is gears. It looks like, pretty much. I think it's holding up fairly well. No, it is stopping. It might actually be inserters as much as anything else. It looks like gears are a thing with that. So we can't quite get that running fully, but we're getting some research done, so that's nice. And we're working through that iron deposit there. How is our iron ore supply? Looking fine from here. All the furnace columns are running, but today it is my intention to get rid of these and switch them in for electric ones. I'd say that even though things aren't built up with this, it seems like it's all fine now, and that it's going to build up in the long run. Then again, I mean, we might as well set up some more refineries, and this time do them properly, and not be a derp. Have I left myself enough space here to actually fit everything in? Yes, just apart from here. So we can manage a couple more refineries. Could actually put one here, I suppose. No, it sort of interferes with that. Actually, we can work with that, because if we just get rid of this here, we can just have the pipes be somewhere else. Like, just have this connect up to here, and then have a pipe come out of here, and plug straight into that. Yeah, that works fine. And then we just avoid all the trouble entirely. Connect this, connect this. We can even simplify this thing a bit by having it just do this. That does block us from actually passing through here, though. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too awkward. What is the height of the map? The map is 64 tiles high, and if you need to know more about Ribbonworld, it's all written in the description. Let's catch up with chat a little bit, because I've been missing other stuff. Can I set the price? No, it is set by YouTube. They've determined that all that stuff. So yeah, the sponsor button is only on the YouTube gaming page, and not on the YouTube page, because it's dumb. I don't know why it does that. It's a silly thing. The leftmost ones are not making plastic because there's not enough petroleum gas. That's the problem. We're talking about Twitch versus YouTube in terms of like preference. Twitch has a lot of good features built in, generally, to be fair. I'm just doing YouTube streaming because I already have a YouTube channel, and it's easier. And also Twitch has a thing with partnerships where you have to reach a certain level before you can get one, and then it says that you can't stream with other people. Apparently they might be becoming more relaxed on that front now, but last time I checked their policy was you can't stream on any other sites if you stream with us, and I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I sort of want to be able to YouTube stream. Oh yeah, I get a percentage of it. It's not like all that money goes to YouTube. That's the point of it. You sponsor a channel, and the channel gets a cut. How long am I planning on streaming? The streams are usually just over 2 hours. I keep these relatively brief. And what, like, by having the 2-hour system, it means that I'm more likely to, at any random time, be like, I have time to stream right now. I've got 2 hours, definitely. So I can do that. Whereas if I committed to something more like a 4-hour stream, I'd struggle more. So it's some relatively small bites of Ribbonworld. Right, are these all running? Yes, they are. And let's have another one at the bottom here. And we'll leave it there because more is slightly more awkward because there's stuff in the way. I would have quadrupled our supply. I'm planning on doing C block. I've not considered that yet. That seems like quite the slog in terms of Factorio. Like, doesn't that take hundreds of hours to complete? Like, it's an interesting idea, and maybe I'll do it one day, but at the moment I have no plans for it. If I wanted to do some big, long slog of a Factorio game, I would first do a marathon playthrough, because that, I think, would be quite interesting. So we'll work down the list of things there. Like, I never much do modded stuff, to be honest. It's a personal preference thing of like, I've said this many times before at this point, I think, but the reasoning I follow is when other people get bored of a game, they install mods. When I get bored of a game, I play a different game. So that even applies to Factorio. I get bored of Factorio and then don't play it for months at times. Right, I'm going to get in the train and hop back, because I think I've done what I can here. Pretty much. There's pollution. That base is definitely seeing it. Right, off we go. Oh, hello, Avak. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. As you can see, I'm not that well versed in streaming and keeping up with chat, so it takes me multiple minutes to spot that someone has turned up and said hi. Do a mega base super efficient series? You mean keeping everything to proper ratios and stuff like that? I mean, what does efficiency mean in this context? Does it mean low power usage? I am confused. Alright, let's go look at the factory. Actually, let's just go steal a bunch of advanced circuits and then start crafting a load of electric furnaces. In fact, we'll start that now because we can. There we go. What else do we need? Stone brick. We'll grab some of that. When all this is finished here, I can clear this out. Yeah, that's the thing of C-block seems like a very slow, methodical thing, and I feel like even I would find that a little bit too dull to actually make videos of or stream, because it takes forever to do anything. From what I've seen very little, to be fair. I definitely need to look into it a bit more, just as a mod to potentially play. There we go, we need a new source of stone. Well, I say that, we've got a source of stone here. We basically just transferred the stone supply into a medium that we can transport more easily, more than anything. Let's actually unload all this here and get it distributed into the storage system. Does YouTube and stuff my job now? Essentially, as it currently stands, I am doing YouTube and roll for it essentially full-time, which is nice. I'm hoping to be able to continue that, and so far things are looking pretty good, which is awesome. What's the latency of YouTube streams? I have no idea. How do we test this? I know, I'm going to type now in the chat, and then people can tell me what the gap is between me saying now, well, me typing now and me saying now. So I'm going to press enter now. There we go. Everyone's going to be very confused for a certain number of seconds as to why I've just said now in the chat, but in a moment it'll become apparent, and then people can time it properly. Wait, no, they can't, because they won't know that they're timing it till after they've heard what I'm doing, by which time it'll be too late. Oh no. People will get a rough estimate. They'll work it out. Apparently the latency might be 26.3 seconds for someone. That's a fair bit more than Twitch, to be fair. But also you can do the whole thing of... I think I've got it set so that there is something of a delay to improve stream quality. You get two options of higher stream quality and lower latency. You've got to pick one of them, which makes sense. Crap, if I want to transfer this over here, I need to keep this power pole here. It seems like we could do with more stone being delivered that way, not more coal even. There's more science done. Do lab research speed, but I know we're limited on our science rate right now, so it seems a waste. Let's do a bit of military research, because I think we want to deal with the biters a little bit today. About time we started expanding. The gap was long. People are saying about 20 seconds. 20 to 30. Okay, let's hop down and grab a bunch of advanced circuits and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are saying 30 seconds. Sam Ramdebest says exactly 17.34 seconds. Right, here we are. I'm just going to steal all these. I didn't mean to grab some more stone brick, but I think we're fine for that, so that's okay. Let's just get tons of it. Because it's a long trek to get here, so I'd like to be able to not have to do that a lot. What are we short on now? Looks like steel. We will loot this line as well. How long's the stream been going? It has been going for 30 minutes and 36 seconds. Which means that it'll take exactly that long to catch up if you were to go back to the beginning right now and start watching at double speed. It's actually one of those, what do you call it, the Achilles and the turtle thing? Achilles and the tortoise thing, or the arrow thing, or whatever. Oh, we're struggling with power. Crap. But it's the thing of, in 18 minutes, you'll be up to this point. But then the stream will have moved on 18 minutes. So in 9 minutes, you will have got to that point. But by then, the stream will have been going for another 4.5 minutes. And then another certain amount of minutes. What, 2 3/4 minutes? And so on and so forth. So technically, if you just round it up, it ends up that the... it will take exactly the time that the stream has been running so far to catch up on the stream if you're watching double speed. Apparently latency is only 13 seconds for AVAC. So wildly variable is what we've learned. Slightly concerning. But we short, and it is bricks after all. Curses. By an efficient megabase, you mean a fully automated factory with perfect ratios and full belts. Okay. I mean, you don't need to get all the ratios super perfect. The factory does that for you once it, like if you overdo it, basically, in a sense. Like, ultimately, you're using all of your materials, and you're using them all efficiently, because otherwise they're built up and you're not using them. Unless you're suggesting, like, all belts are constantly not full, but also not empty, that sort of thing. If everything is properly running at exactly the right numbers. That just seems like work. You have to, like, selectively switch stuff off to make sure you're adhering to that rule. Zeno's Paradox, that's the one. Yeah, the whole thing about saying that, like, Hercules will never catch up with the tortoise, ignoring the fact that time doesn't progressively slow down constantly, as it would have to for Hercules to never reach the tortoise. I mean, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but it seems like that was the solution of just like, well, every time you're incrementing time by half the amount, so of course things are going to slow down. Right, it looks like ore is now not so great, though partially that could be power issues. Let's go see about adding some more steam engines. But yeah, anyone who is now a sponsor, if you go to Discord and connect your YouTube account to Discord, then you will at some point be given access to my Discord. It will synchronize every hour, but I can manually force to synchronize if you tell me that you've sorted out your integration in the chat. And then you can sit in there and talk to the other sponsors, because I'm busy streaming, but I'll talk to you after. I do intend to hang out for a bit in the Discord afterwards, because that would make a fair bit of sense, because otherwise what did I make it for? I'm actually even more mining than that looking at it. It seems like the copper ore is doing terribly. I should have paid more attention. It's not like we're short on copper ore to mine here. That should about do it, I imagine. Let's just merge it all with splitters. And that's all good. Underground rail would be a very interesting thing in Factorio, yeah. That'd be cool to have. But I feel like that's something we will never have. Except in mods, of course. Right, this is the problem here. Okay. Can make this work. Just need to skip a bit of stuff, really. So we'll do that. And that's all we need for that, because then what we can do is get some underground pipes. To leap a certain distance. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want it to be there, really. So we'll break that and fix it in a minute before everything goes too wrong. Factory won't even notice. Whoops. There. So we've got a gap that we can later on fill with more steam engines, potentially. It's fine, there's 2 belts. And we'll make a fair bit more. Now we're out of pipes. That's a pain. There we go. And we probably want burner inserters for this. Do we have any? Nope, let's craft those. Oh, by a mega base you just mean a huge base. I can do that. I mean that would be marathon, basically. So I guess you can make a mega base the other way. Basically, there's 2 ways of doing it. Either a normal game of marathon mode will get you a mega base, if you try to actually get a decent rate of science running, or you can just make a mega base in non-marathon and then you'll have crazy amounts of science. But I want to do marathon because I've not done it on the channel yet, and I feel like I should do that at least once. I've done offline games of marathon mode before. Well, one. Man, is it a challenge to get things running initially, but it's very rewarding once you get like your first electric mining drill because of how long it took to get there. There we go. More steam engines running. Power should be a bit better now. It was actually fine again, but you know. For some reason, assembly had gone insane a few minutes ago. And that had caused weird stuff. Oh, it's because I stole everything, probably. I stole all the advanced circuits, so the factory had to speed up to account for that. Do I have a defensive line on my right flank? Oh yeah, I've got walls on both sides. Just got an old wall here that doesn't do anything anymore, but I've got a wall over here, can't see it, but it's there. And one over here. We are defended. The biters do attack occasionally. I have to keep an eye out for that. Soon we'll advance. I think we'll probably go west just because the pollution's getting to the biter bases a lot more there, and they're all generally smaller. Whereas east, there's one big one, and pollution's not actually really reaching it, so seems like a good option. Okay, seems like the coal supply is fine for all this. Right, I want to make some furnaces. Well, I want to place some furnaces. I've done the making part. Let's just steal a bit of this. I say steal, it's all mine. I own this. I made it. And then maybe a bit more on top of that. We can only make another 10. Ah, but it's steel that's the problem, and we can just grab some of that. Oh, that's my phone. I'm a professional. I remembered to put my phone on silent before I started streaming. I'm good at this. Okay, let's grab all this. I want to make another 20. Then we've got 18. That seems like a good number to have. Grab some more of that. Also got a load of plastic sat around that I can't really do anything with. Ooh, pipes. I forgot I was just making them, so I can just grab some more. Let's prepare like a stack of undergrounds just so that we always have that. Hold on, I think that's a stack, isn't it? Now 50 back. Right, see, I'm thinking of making some proper furnace columns, and I'm thinking of making them here, because currently this isn't used by anything. I've deliberately left space for this sort of thing. There is some oil there, but it's probably fine. I don't know, we might need that, really. We'll leave that out of things for the moment. We'll start building over here and see how that goes. We've researched tanks. And making some preparations for combat, basically. Bullet damage, maybe? Just improve that. Seems like a decent start. and we'll just go forth in a tank at some point and deal with some biters. So, also we need a lot of inserters. We're not making them here. So I don't know if we're making them anywhere, so... What are we short on? Iron. As is everywhere, unfortunately. Just get 2 stacks of this stuff. How about belts? A few more of those as well would be good. Just to be sure. Also, we have barely any other stuff. So let's try and just make all the splitters and underground belts we could want. Once again, iron shortage. And there we go. Do an 8-wide game. And I don't want to. I need room for my trains. What's the point of having any sort of Ribbonworld playthrough if you can't have trains? I'll clear out these because I'd be very surprised if the biters got this far, and if they did, we'd be doomed. And now I've got to work out how much I can fit in this space in terms of furnaces and how I should arrange them. So... It's, let me think, we want to plan for the future here. So to fill 1 blue belt with ore, 1 side of a blue belt with ore, we need 6 times 8, 48 furnaces in a row. We can't fit that, definitely. But we could potentially do 24? No, we couldn't, because that would be 72 tiles long. So we'll have to go for cutting it into thirds, which is 16. 16 is 48 tiles. We have 64 tiles to work with, so we've got 16 tiles spare. A lot of them are taken by this. I think 8 tiles are taken by this. Yeah, that's 8. How many did I say we had spare? Was it 16 or something? Wait, we want... It's 48, 64. Yeah, 16 tiles spare. 8 are used by that. We're using more than 8 here, so we can't even necessarily fit the columns in over here because we have the belts that have the output on them. So I think that we want to have them sideways. I think that's the best way of doing it. That way we can have the columns the proper length. We'll see how many columns we can fit in when they're sideways facing. We can work on some more efficient ways of making furnace columns than what I usually go for, so that we can actually have the room. And I think we just want to squash them right up against these if we can. So where is that? We want 2 more spaces because we've got 4 belts that we want to fill. So this is where it starts. So right about there. And then what I'd normally do is I'd have an output belt and stuff here, but I'm going to have the output belts on the inside. And so we need a space of 4, input belt and output belt in the same place. And that means we can really compress stuff potentially, do something like this. And fit maybe 4 of these into the space. Or can we? We technically can, but nothing but the trains and stuff in this gap here will be able to pass if we do that. So I think that's the way to go. The next question is, do we have the length here to fit in what we want? Yeah, we can do that. So here's a column, here's a column, here's a column, here's a column. 4 of them, each extending to, I'm hoping, 24 furnaces. In which case, these arrays, and however far they stretch, will be able to fill 2 blue belts. And we'll have half of the iron smelting we could ever want. Audio and video are desynced. Ah! How much by? Could you tell me which one is earlier and which one is later? I don't know if I can fix these on the fly, I'm afraid. But I was hoping that that wasn't the case, because I've been having some synchronization issues recently with different things, and actually, oh, is it because I haven't set it on here? This could go wrong. I'm gonna try and access my advanced audio properties while streaming. No, it should be set right. I don't know why it's not. 250 milliseconds? Jeez. You say only less than a second. That's a lot, I've got to say. Also, Suya Agarwal, yep, I think that's your name. Face reveal, you're a bit late for that, mate. It's been over a year since I've done that. I stream, I'm on roll for it. I do, role-playing live streams twice weekly, and have done for, like, over a year. They have face cam. You're a bit late. It's already done. Okay, so I want to see if I can fit 24 furnaces here. So 4, 5, 8, 12, 16. I've lost count. I should have just counted all of them. That's 4. That's 8. That's 12. That's 16. That was 24 I wanted, right? We can absolutely do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just to highlight how out of sync I apparently am at the moment. But yeah, that leaves us plenty of space. Inputs, outputs, oil, it all works. Can't quite fit in a, like, double that so that we can actually just do it all in one array, but that's pretty good. I managed to get electric furnaces in 43 minutes because I didn't start this save today. This is a live stream series. We are on the 6th of the Ribbonworld live streams currently. Alright, let's make even more furnaces. I'm getting ahead of myself here because this is enough to fill half a blue belt right here. And that's equivalent to a belt and a half of yellow. So in fact, what I will do is, for the moment, I'm just going to remove a bunch of them. So that's 6. That's 6. That's 6, and then I'm just going to cut these. Actually, no, I'm going to cut them at the other end. That seems like it makes more sense. And there's room here for belts in the future. What is the space here, actually? 9. 8 if you count that there's power poles and stuff here, so that works perfectly. I think that'll be okay. I think one day I'm going to get rid of the steam power, so that'll be fine. There's the potential. One day we'll have a furnace column that starts like here, and then the other half is here, and then we can fit all iron smelting into this region. That would be good. But one step at a time. Shouldn't plan ahead too far, because I'll forget about the now. Going to be a successful member of society today, and then I started streaming. My apologies. But unfortunately, me streaming is the closest I can be to being a successful member of society. Oh, the audio delay was on your end, speaker. I'm sorry that you're having that problem, but that is good that it is not a problem on this end. But I am having audio synchronization issues. You may have noticed recently things going on with the Minecraft series with EE. Where for a few episodes the audio was out of sync by like a solid second, and then an episode came along where it wasn't out of sync because I managed to fix it, but in the process of fixing it I broke the video quality because I accidentally reset the bitrate while I was changing the file type for the recordings, and so the quality is absolutely terrible. This isn't what I want stone bricks. So there's 2 episodes of the Minecraft series which are crazy blurry as soon as I start moving, I'm afraid. Whoops, oh no, I don't want to manually make all that stuff. Who's the game think I am, Sheepdog? Do we need need any of this stuff? We don't, actually. We just need to go get more advanced circuits. Yeah, it might be a problem with other people as well, having things not quite in sync with things. Yeah, I do roleplay. You haven't been paying attention if you don't know that. I keep putting out those trailers. Every time a new show starts, I publish the trailer and tell everyone it's happening. Nobody watches those videos. Nobody follows the link. It's like the main thing I do. It's the reason I'm not making videos. I mean, I'm making a lot of videos right now, but it's the reason I'm not making even more videos. Is because I'm an admin for Roll For It and do a lot of stuff for them a lot of the time. I get paid, of course. Better than YouTube pays me. And more reliably, too. Right, I need advanced circuits in vast quantities. Oh, your name is spoken with a Y, so it's Spiker, right? Probably. I could do with some more gears as well. That's going to ruin the gear supply a bit, because only half of the... You know what? It's already ruined by the looks of it. That's already gone. Or out of normal circuits as well. I must have been accidentally using some of those to make furnaces then, if I managed to exactly use up all of them. Hello to Hydra. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so apparently there was a 5-second video delay for Dylan Does Gaming, and then suddenly it fixed itself. So that's crazy. Does Roll For It have 40k related stuff? Not currently. The first show that I was in with them was Dark Heresy a year ago. Since then we haven't done any more. Main reason being that Games Workshop discontinued the printing of Dark Heresy 2. Basically out of spite for Fantasy Flight Games, because Fantasy Flight Games was actually being successful and becoming a competitor, and so Games Workshop cancelled all the contracts with Fantasy Flight, which included Dark Heresy 2, and so it's not being printed anymore, and so we don't really like the idea of doing another show in a system that you can't actually acquire anymore, except for second hand. Like, we'd much prefer to do shows on games that are actually... that exist still, unfortunately. So blame Games Workshop for why there's no more Dark Heresy or anything else like that right now. There's apparently one being worked on, but it could be crap. We don't know yet. We'll get back to you on that. If it turns out that the new one is good, then it's entirely possible that we will play it. But for now, no 40k, I'm afraid. Now, one thing I have to consider is power for these. Actually, I don't really need to, because I was trying to think like about how I can fit substations into the system in the future, but actually, I don't need to. I could just fit normal power poles because of how this is going to work. I put this back here. What's magic? Why did you just shout magic? What magic did I do? Who knows? So yeah, I'm thinking... we just have power poles like this the whole way along. Wait, oh no, we just have them every other one, don't we? I did a derp and forgot how things work. And these can be the power supply for the entire duration of the game. We don't need substations in this with these in place. They'll do the job. If I place them right. And then we need a lot of long-handed inserters. Let's just make a stack of them. And then we want inputs like this. All the way along. And I'm hoping that, like, long-armed inserters should be able to keep up with the rate of loading and unloading of the furnaces, I believe. There might be a slight imbalance of things generally, but it shouldn't be terrible. I think it'll hold up. Do we have enough? Yes, we do. There we go, and then the same with fast inserters, but reversed. Oh yeah, by 40k, I mean Warhammer 40k, Warhammer 40,000, the thing that Games Workshop does, Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, Eldar, Chaos, the Warp, that sort of thing. Used to be good, then they got a monopoly, then they stopped being good, now they don't have a monopoly. X-Wing is better. I mean, X-Wing's nothing like Warhammer in any way, but it is a better tabletop game generally, I would say. And everyone should abandon Warhammer and just play X-Wing forever, because it's the best. And by X-Wing, I mean the miniatures game rather than the video game. Right, I want to just cut off the ore supply for these, though it seems like the ore supply's done that itself to a certain degree. Okay, I'm just going to cut these lines, let all this stuff die, and send the ore elsewhere. First thing I want to do is send it upwards. I'm just going to maneuver around everything for now and deal with properly clearing it out later. So this works quite well. Up until there, at least. Let's just do that. Then we've got space for our ore belt to sneak out. And this should be... wait, this... Oh yeah, it is an ore belt. I got confused as to what I was looking at, but there it is. And this can just try and navigate its way through this treacherous belt spaghetti. And struggle immensely. Because there's just so much crap here. There we go, and then down again and here. Half the spaghetti can go in a minute, but it can't go yet, so I'm just going to leave it. Then let's just jump up out of here. And then I think I'll just make a space, and then we can, whoops, come around here. Sneak in this little gap here, and this can be where we come through. And of course there's power poles the length of this, so that's a pain. And then along here. Then just at the last second go underground. And plug it in to this belt right here. And that should be a belt of iron ore turned into a belt of iron plate. How are electric smelters better than steel furnaces? They use electricity rather than coal. I know that electricity uses coal, but as far as I'm aware, the electricity to power these furnaces uses a lot less coal than having them as furnaces would. They smelt at the same rate, but they take up more space, but they're better generally, I think. Does the crafting menu show... It doesn't show it here. I'll have to go to the map and find one. Right, the pollution generated by a steel furnace is 3.6. Energy consumption is 180 kilowatts, and that's based on how much coal is being burned. Whereas one of these, 180 kilowatts again, but pollution is 0.9. It is a quarter of the pollution that a steel furnace generates. So there's your advantage. And not having to provide coal is also super awesome. And there we go, we've got a belt of iron. Let's go send that off to the bus. Let's just have it merge in with everything here. I mean, momentarily it'll become the, like, only supply. Also, I'm going to use splitter priorities because they're the best. Wait, I don't want to use one there. Abort that one. There we go. And I want to input priority right, not output priority. There we go. So anything that comes through here gets sent off to that side so that this belt has is cleared to come straight through here. So we get ever so slightly more than 2 belts worth of iron for the moment while this still empties out. Of course, I don't think there's enough ore coming through, so things will run properly. Though actually, this should be filling up to the end, and it's not yet. Have I got the numbers wrong? Hang on, how much is this? This is... Oh, this is enough for a belt and a half of yellow, maybe? Have I got that mixed up? So some of these won't be used, but that's fine because the correct ratio is being used. Yeah, I think it's that these last 6 ones don't do anything because I got the number wrong. Maybe it's a lack of proper compression of the belts. No, that's just a general problem that's also happening. Boilers are worse for smelting for the reason that they don't have 100% fuel conversion rate like furnaces. Really? How do they not have 100%? Oh, it's got 50% efficiency. And these have... Well, they don't say. That's interesting. So manage the... well, I can make easier furnace arrays. I don't have to factor coal into it. So I still like it. I think it might be... I'm not sure if this is more or less compressed based on the different width of furnaces. Whatever. I prefer electric. It's just so easy to set up once it's going. Right, I think more military stuff. Let's just keep building this up, ready for fighting the biters. Yeah, they're way more convenient to design for is honestly the main reason I use them. The delay's up to 30 seconds in the UK. Yeah, I've got it set to higher stream quality at the expense of low latency. I feel like that's more important because how long it takes for me to react to comments is pretty massive anyway. So the slight difference in stream delay has very little effect. Right, this is all done, so now we can just start tearing it down. Do I know the game name Fortress Craft Evolved? I feel like I do. Which one was that? Tell me what the mechanics are. Is that one that Avak played? He played something like that, but that might have been... Might be thinking of a different thing. There's too many games. So many games. And that's the thing, I'm not the sort of guy that plays a lot of different games all the time. Like, as you've probably noticed, honestly, I'm the sort of guy that plays the same game for a very long time. I decided this year, like, at the end of every year, everyone's always putting out their, like, top 10 games of the year stuff, and I'm always like, I can't even remember what I have and haven't played this year, so I can't really put together a list like that. So what I decided this year, but this was basically my New Year's resolution, was that every game that I played, I would write down the name of it in just like a notepad document thing. And so at the end of the year, I would have a list of every game I played so that I could potentially do like a top 10 or something like that. And right now, it is the 16th of February. We are a month and a half into the year. That is, what? An eighth of the way into the year or something? Is that... Have I got my maths right? Yeah, and we're an eighth of the way into the year. The list has 4 games on it. That's it. The games are Factorio, Minecraft, Stellaris, and Darkest Dungeon. Before yesterday, the list had 3 games, but yesterday I decided to try Darkest Dungeon out, because I had it. So yeah, I don't play many games. So like generally if you ask me if I've played something that's come out in the past year, I probably haven't. I'm just terrible like that. Thank you, Velasco, for that €10 super chat. Can we get some new currencies in this everlasting currency war? Oh, Euro is the leader, actually. I totted up the scores, seeing as people were getting quite serious about the currency war. I totaled it up after that particular stream, and the Euro won. So congrats and thank you very much to everyone in Europe for your contributions in that crazy tip war. Second place was New Zealand, which was a surprise. And that was 1 donation, which was crazy. I've never played any of the Anno games, I'm afraid. I know of them, I've seen them played, but only briefly. I don't know if do I own any of those? I might. I might have bought one. I'm bad for buying games and never playing them. It's a problem. Am I going to continue playing Kingdoms and Castles? It is my intention, yes, but I've been so swamped recently with other stuff. Like, I'm putting out nearly 2 videos a day, and I'm putting out videos at a higher rate than ever before because of how many collabs I'm in that I've just ended up being in. It was never the plan. I'm just suddenly doing collabs with everybody. And so I haven't really had time to record my own videos for a while. This is this particular stream is an attempt to actually do some solo stuff. Seeing as, of course, some people want that and don't want the collab things. Makes sense. You do come to my channel for me, I suppose. To put context to my memory, you tipped me to buy Fortress Craft Evolved while I was doing a Minecraft stream? I didn't know that. Or did you message me? Did I read that out? I probably did. I'm sorry. Hang on, let me look this up. I'll check this now. Fortress Craft, do I have it? What is it? I will open Steam on my other PC and have a look. I have a vague memory now, actually. I do not have Fortress Craft Evolved. What is it, though? I need... Tell me what the game is. What do you do? I mean, I guess it's something to do with crafting on a fortress. Perhaps multiple fortresses, even. Oh, there's too much crap. Everything's full of coal. Needs to go dump it in a chest. I'm going ham sandwich on content lately. I know, it's been a bit crazy. I've been building up footage and I need to offload it again. So I'm really having to go at a speed that I am unused to be able to actually, like... It's every YouTuber's dream to have a backlog, but suddenly I have too much of a backlog and I need to get rid of it. It's a... Oh, damn it, that's the wrong side. Oh, whatever, I'm not that bothered. Yeah, it's every YouTuber's dream to have a backlog, and suddenly I have one, and I'm drowning in it, and I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. I can't upload things quick enough. He roped me into doing an 8-hour Factorio stream last week. I still haven't put out the footage for that, because I've got too many other things to put out. I've got 2 collabs with him, and the collab with Peachy and Sheepdog. And I'm also trying to occasionally fit a stream in amongst that. It's all getting very crazy. Yeah, the Anno games are like factories but with colonies. I got that sort of impression. I wasn't sure if if it was quite my sort of thing, but it's on my radar. As like, one day I'll check that out when I've got through the other 20 things on my to-do list. There we go, that's that cleared out. Okay, Fortress Craft Evolved, base builder with resource management and tower defense, plus automation. Wait, oh, is Fortress Craft, is that is the one Avak played, right? Is that the one about giving your... It's about having bots that you give orders to, right? You give them instructions, like programming? Is that the one I'm thinking of, or am I thinking of something else? Wait, no, that's Autonauts. Wait, is it? God damn it, there's too many games! I can't keep track of anything anymore. Everyone's giving me lists of 20 different games to play, and I'm like, I've played 4 games this year. And 90% of my gaming time has been Factorio. I'm not used to this, help. I haven't even played Kingdoms and Castles this year. That's not made that document yet. There's been an update. It was a long time ago. I should have made a video covering it. People really liked the video last time where I covered the infrastructure update, but I just didn't notice that the Merchants and Ports update came out, and I haven't covered it yet. So, whoops. I'm good at this. I'm a professional. How many hours of footage would I say I have backlogged? I don't know, because that's how many. It's... I mean, let me try and do some mental maths here. I'm thinking... 20-something hours. Like, there's the 8-hour stream with EE. And then there's the multiple streams with Peachy and Sheepdog that I've got behind on. They're all 4 or 5 hours long. There are 2 or 3 of those. If there's 3, that's more than 20 hours of footage. That's not including a few hours also of Factorio and Minecraft with EE. So yeah, it's all a bit wacky. Fortress Craft is like 3D Factorio in the Minecraft engine. Okay, I think I haven't seen Fortress Craft Evolved. I think this is just one that I've not heard of before. Well, I've heard the name, but I've got no idea what it's about. But thank you, Derek Star, for that $10 super chat. Always enjoyed your videos. Keep up the enjoyable content, no matter what it is. And thank you. And thank you for the super chat. It very much helps me to continue to do this as a job, which is awesome. Also, thank you to Stuck in the Tree. I like how the surname is in the tree. For another $10 super chat. No strippers and coke, so I'm throwing it at you. Okay. Your stream lasts longer. Right. Okay. Thank you. Unusual message, gotta say. Definitely. But fair dues. Right, where does this coal go? Oh, it does actually go somewhere, just in a very circuitous manner. Let's cut a bit of the line here to simplify this. Oh, damn it. There's too much coal. I need to just make a steel chest and fill it with coal. Boban Guku? That's probably not the right way to say your name, but it's the best I can do. Apparently you would donate the blood of your firstborn. I'm not sure what for? You sort of didn't specify what the purpose of the donating the blood of your firstborn would be. I mean, I don't really want it. Like, I don't need. I'm good for blood. I've got all 8 pints. I'm fine there. I don't even know if like, how do you even know the blood type will be okay? What do you intend for me to do with this blood? Yeah, 20-something hours of footage that I'm trying to upload, but I'm fighting YouTube tooth and nail with every step. Don't suppose logistics bots are near in the future? Definite possibility. I think we have the basic stuff for that researched, so it'd be nice to have, but it's a little bit fiddly to do, because you gotta have electric engines and batteries and stuff, and we're not up to that sort of level yet. And maybe the first person to ever get your name right, because people usually call you Darkstar. That's fair. Like, at a glance, I thought it was Darkstar, but I do try and make sure to properly read the names before I say them out loud. Darek Star. Or Darek Star. Now I don't know. Now I'm self-conscious. I got it right, but I've forgotten what I said. The blood donation goes towards making a solid defensive line on your left flank. My left flank is fine. The biters are fine. They're not doing anything. It's okay. But yeah, for those who have arrived since the start, I should probably mention, again, for those that are super chatting, that if you would like to get something out of your donations, then supporting, what is it called? Sponsoring, that's the one, is now a thing for the channel. You can sponsor the channel by going to YouTube Gaming, and there's a button next to subscribe. I don't know why it's not available on the YouTube site itself. It's dumb that it's not, but sure. That's just what YouTube's like, and if you do that, it's, well, it's variable actually how much it is a month, depending on your country, but it's roughly $5 a month, and you get access to my Discord. So, if you were planning on super chatting anyway, then you can do that instead, and you'll also get access to the Discord. No one's on that yet, but I think that's because it's not synchronized yet. It synchronizes once an hour. Actually, it should have maybe by now. But it synchronizes once an hour, and if you have your Discord linked to your YouTube, then you will be added to the server automatically. And I will hang out in there on a regular basis, because I basically live on Discord. And I hope that it's a nice reward for helping me out. Right, what more lines can we cut here? This is all just iron. doesn't need to be a thing. I'm going to cut this so that it all shuts down. You do need to stay a sponsor to keep access to the Discord. It's a monthly thing. That's the thing. If you prefer, you can super chat. Either works. It's just the case that it's worth pointing out for those that are super chatting that if they want, they can get Discord access because they might want that. VIP option also available in a normal YouTube stream. So I can... Oh yeah, I can set it so that only sponsors can chat. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to limit, like, who can interact while I'm streaming. That doesn't seem like a good thing to do, really. Again, with the too much crap in my inventory. Dump some of the steel back onto the line, seeing as there is currently no steel supply because I've killed it. Yeah, so you have to link your YouTube and your Discord. You go to Discord, you go to your personal settings, you go to, I think it's integrations or something like that. I forget the exact name of the tab, but there is one somewhere where there's a load of icons for different things that are integrated with Discord. One of them is YouTube. It's the YouTube gaming logo, just to confuse you. But then you can log in, you press a button, you log in to YouTube when you follow the link, and then you'll be synchronized. And then in that menu will appear a switch that you can flick to give you access to the Mangleport Gaming Discord. That's how that works. That's the thing. I actually made the Discord channel a long time ago, but I didn't make it live because I didn't really understand how Discord worked. And then it became literally my job to manage the Roll For It Discord. And that really helped for me to learn how Discords work. And so now I actually have a pretty decent understanding of how to manage one. And so now I feel like I can manage my own. And then when I finally worked out how you can actually switch on sponsorships on YouTube, I made sure to set up that integration immediately. What am I going to do with the iron chests full of iron ore? These are not iron chests, good sir. These are steel chests, I will have you know. Iron chests are heresy, and you will never find one in any of my factories unless it's been sabotaged by someone else, which happens frequently. But the purpose of that is that I'm trying to clear out... Well, I was trying to clear out some space from ore deposits, and so I just mined some and stored it for the moment, and later on I'll have that run back out into furnace array, into furnace arrays. Right, so after a bit of messing about, we end up with these two ore lines next to each other. So we'll cut this one, send it underground, and it can connect up to another furnace column here. Just fill all this in. There we go. And thank you, Hrofty, for the sponsorship. Very much appreciated. Thank you for helping me to have a stable income that allows me to do this as a job and not worry every day about my potentially dangerous future. Sorry, that was a bit grim, that one. Now, generally right now things are looking up, thanks to Roll For It and YouTube being generally alright, really. I'm doing okay and making a decent wage, which is awesome that I get to be able to do this for a living, at least for the moment. But every little bit helps to extend the time that I can reasonably do this as a full-time thing, and means I can dedicate more time and effort to making videos and streams. So this needs to go in here. That doesn't need to exist. Also, these need power poles. Gotta remember that bit. Oh, and they connect up to the opposite ones. Lovely. It's a little quality of life thing. I don't think we have the ore mining to support this level of smelting, honestly, but we can dream big and see how far we can go. Right, send this way. And now we can just cut that line entirely and just have these be the iron lines. Actually, we'll have them have a splitter. I don't know why I got rid of that. Might as well keep it. There we go. And these won't be able to operate properly. And this But I think it's the right number of furnaces on each column to make one yellow belt of iron, but maybe I've got it wrong. In fact, no, I have, haven't I? Yeah, I think I've counted this out wrong. Because it's... Wait, maybe I've... For some reason, this is really hard for me to do this particular mental maths of how many furnaces I need. It is, to fill a blue belt, you need 48. No, you need 36 furnaces, not 48. That's where I've gone wrong. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was being a derp, and I actually... This furnace array here can make a blue belt's worth, so it is the case that these last 6 are useless because they can't go onto the belt. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So it is the case that this is built for blue belts, and if we switch this to blue belts, it'll work better. It will produce one blue belt, and they'll be able to merge properly. As it currently stands, because we're making it yellow belts, things aren't properly unloading because of issues with belt compression, but once it's at blue, because everything will be double speed, and it'll all run into one belt at the end, it'll make use of splitters, and therefore it'll have the proper rate of... it'll properly produce it rather than having gaps because of awkward compression issues. It looks like for the moment this is enough ore, actually, and plates even. Nah, it's not. What the issue is balancing. Gonna stick a balancer here. Whoops. And do that. And also, I'm gonna output priority right and input priority right here. To try and bypass this if we can, because there'll be compression issues with this sort of thing. But that should... Yep, that means that there's a full 2 yellow belts coming out of this for the moment. That's the best we can get out of this. Oh, there's the occasional gap, but it's sort of good. So that's nice. Factory should be running decently. It's still not amazing. Potentially do something about this. Like, this is a bit of a mess as it stands. And this was built before priority stuff was a thing, I think. Or was it? What are people saying in the chat? I've not been paying attention. Do I know if I get different amounts of money from the sponsors from different regions? I believe I do. I checked the contract. I actually read it. I read the thing that I signed before signing it with YouTube. Because they are actually important things to read. And it seems I get a proportion of whatever is given in sponsorships. So that's nice. That it's not like a flat amount and they manage to get certain, like, they manage to get more out of certain countries. It's a flat rate, so a flat percentage thing. Yeah, so thank you for chipping in, Rofty. Did I have a job before the whole YouTube thing? Not probably, honestly. I've had work. I have done job stuff for people. It's generally been family stuff, I'll be honest. I managed to get into this fairly early. Like, I was in uni when I started the YouTube channel, and I came out of uni and went into doing the full-time YouTube stuff with Roll For It. If it wasn't for Roll For It, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I would have had to give up and, like, just abandon the YouTube thing, perhaps entirely, and just go out and get, I guess, a quotation marks proper job. But thanks to Roll For It giving me that extra bit of income, I've been able to full-time focus on Roll For It and YouTube, which is awesome. Started watching it a mess. Did you start watching at the time, or did you binge watch? Because if you watch from then, you've been around for quite a while. I know everyone's giving different numbers, but like Geoffrey Brown says 24. Presumably furnaces for a blue belt up. Oh, you were saying, you must have been saying how many it takes to fill a full yellow belt. I see. Yeah, it takes 24 to fill a full yellow belt. Beiju says 70 total for a blue belt. Are you sure it's not 72? I mean, maybe, I know the ratio isn't exactly right, but I think 72 is how much you need, because it comes out at like 71.2 or something. But maybe I'm wrong and it's 70. And I can save a little bit. That's a weird comment to see in 2018. But sure. I'm just gonna leave that, I guess. I need to get moderators, I think. That needs to be a thing. Why did that wood drop on the ground when I mined that tree? That was weird. Why did that happen? Well, it's not like my inventory was full. Let me try that again. It didn't happen that time. What happened? Why did I mine this tree and the wood just appeared on the ground? What was that about? That was weird. Huh. Oh, himself says rip stream, but it's apparently back now, so that's good. Always good to check the stream health and see that that's all okay. YouTube says it's fine, but I don't know if I can trust YouTube. I haven't dropped any frames since those first 42 frames at the start of the stream. Trames at the start of the frame, apparently, I was trying to say there. Is there a possibility of a PO box or something? I haven't really considered one currently. I don't think enough people want to send me something that sort of thing would be viable. Because they're expensive, right? They're like really expensive. From what I gather, I mean, maybe there's better ones out there, but I've heard that it's a fair chunk of money to keep one of those. I mean, it'd be awesome, but yeah, I guess the way to gauge it is how often someone asks me if I have a PO box, and how often someone asks me is like less than once a month. So I probably shouldn't get a PO box. Oh, that doesn't need to be underground. Don't know why I was doing that. Just making sure to remember to have the science line here, because it looks like I was starting to forget, and that will be bad. So let's just extend this to here. Bit of an issue with interfering with other belts, but we can put undergrounds in frequently. Apparently it cut out for Frank Zeckert for a second, but then it turned out okay again. Oh yeah, everyone's saying that the stream cut out for a second. And yeah, my viewer count is showing a sudden dip, so that is concerning that that's happening. Especially considering that YouTube said everything was fine. Yesterday's Factorio Friday Fact is out. Particularly funny one, I found, because they showed their attempts to get rid of their Allegro usage. And I think they're basically slowly building an engine, a custom engine for Factorio inside Factorio right now. And there were a couple of slip-ups where everything was upside down. Very, very weird. And they had a couple of GIFs of that which were quite fun. Yes, the devs had no problems whatsoever. There was a drop for 30 seconds or so as I was talking about how it's nice to be able to rely on YouTube for a job. Yeah, always great with the timing, YouTube. In fact, it's always a good. I always like to check just in the middle of like recording with Peach and Sheepdog whether I've got a new flag come through on any of my videos. So let's just do that live. Oh, we have 2 new flags on videos. That is the 9th episode of Factorio with EE. That won't be up for a few days yet. I uploaded it early because I knew this would happen. Also, the 25th episode of Factorio with Peachy and Sheepdog has been flagged as not advertiser friendly as well, because every video I put out is flagged as not advertiser friendly now. So let me just decide on what science we're doing, and then I'll fix that. Because the sooner I request a review, the sooner that will happen, and the videos can come out. I don't know what to research. Nothing particularly springs to mind. Let's get more trash lots if we can, so that I can have more space to dump stuff in my inventory that I'm not happy with. A PO box is £172.50 for 6 months. Yeah, that's a bit much. That's not... I don't... Uh-oh, Sheepdog's here. Is that why I've just checked my, my video manager and everything's flagged? Because he's turned up. Hang on, I'm gonna live request manual reviews on my videos. Submit review. Factorio with the episode 9. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't request the review. Wait, no, it did. God, I love YouTube functionality. It's always reliable, it always works properly and does exactly what it says it's going to do. Factorio with Peachy and Sheepdog episode 25. Request manual review. Manual review requested. Let's go back to the video manager and check that that's actually registered. And it has, so maybe they'll be uploadable. Like in maybe 24 hours or so. That'd be nice. Okay, so we have our furnaces sorted. That's all good now. Copper seems to be fine anyway. I mean, we want to get rid of that furnace column, but it's not a... Oh yeah, I need to put that radar back. Let's go do that. Iron's looking terrible now. I think we need more ore coming in. There are places we can get ore from, though. Oh wow, disfigured pancetta. Pancetta? Is that pancetta? Isn't it? I think that's how you say that. That's not a name that I've heard before. That's a new one. I hadn't thought of disfigured as a descriptor. I'm gonna catch up on chat again because I was busy doing YouTube stuff for a minute. This is Factorio without undergrounds being upgraded to backwards blues. Yeah, here's the thing. So I didn't realise while we were recording, but when I went back and looked at the footage, I realised what had been going wrong with the underground belt replacing in the series with Peachy and Sheepdog. Because at one point Sheepdog said that he got taken by surprise because suddenly, when he tried to replace a belt, it replaced the other end as well. And I didn't quite twig at the time as to what that meant, but what that meant was that the rest of the time when he was replacing an underground belt, it wasn't replacing the other end, because he was replacing them backwards. He was putting the input on the output end, so it didn't register as being a replace of the belt, it registered in a different way. And so that explains why half the belts were backwards, because he was placing them backwards. I think I fixed all the ones he broke. Some of them he placed the right way around, and so it did properly fast replace, but every time it didn't was because it was backwards. I'm losing track of the chat here. It's getting away from me. How many employees does YouTube need for all the manual reviews? Not a clue. But I know that they only watch like the first 10 seconds of a video. Because they must do, because of what they've set from the Peachy and Sheepdog series as suitable for advertisers. And yes, the stream is now demonetized. Sheepdog has arrived. You think YouTube uses humans to do that? I think there are humans involved. I think they're just horrifically overworked and have to not do their job properly to be able to keep up with the horrific workload they're given. I think that is how that works. The artillery train must rule this map. Oh god, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. When I get the artillery train, I've just won the game. The biters will never be a problem again. I just have to send it up a little bit every time, and it'll murder everything in its path. It'll be wonderful. Right, oops. Oh no, don't want to make a train. I've got this annoying thing where if I move my mouse too far to the right, I hit it against my monitor stand, and it clicks the right mouse button. And occasionally that does awkward things, like start crafting a train that I don't want. Right, I need to go get engines for the tank. Because I forgot that was what I was going to do next. So back we go, and I can read more chat while we're doing this. Now don't spam chat so I can't keep up, then I'll just give up entirely. No one will benefit from this. There's a growing industry in moderation on social media sites. Facebook apparently employs thousands for manual reviews as well. You'd love to have a job of reviewing Bentham videos. Where do you sign? I don't know how you get that sort of job. The thing is that half the videos will be like... what you've got to consider is that if you had that job, you would be watching the average video, basically. Consider what the average video on YouTube is. It's probably episode 1 of a Minecraft series that never goes any further, by a 5-year-old kid with horrific fan noise in the background and like slideshow frame rate. You don't want to be watching those videos for a living. You don't want to have to put a stamp on those saying that they're ad friendly. That's not a fun existence, I feel. There we go. Make a tank. Get back up to 2 stacks of engines, because they're useful to have for trains and such. Whoops, no one too many. Plonk, all is good. Again, my inventory's full of crap, but I have twice as many trash slots now, so that helps. Oh yeah, my mouse buttons are backwards. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I've discovered a bug with that. Because, yeah, all my mouse button, like, I have a lot of the mouse button-based functions of Factorio reversed. Because when I got the game initially, they were reversed, and then they unreversed them, but I was used to the old one, and I kept the old one, and to this day I do that. But apparently that doesn't work for artillery trains, because whenever I try and... Oh, there's no... I need armor-piercing ammo. Oh, I keep... Okay, back we go again! It's a bit of a ping-pong stream, this, I suppose. This is the problem that you encounter with Ribbonworlds, is that you'll spend a lot of time running from one end of your factory to the other. I completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Someone remember what I was talking about. Is it too late to watch a double speed? Yes, you won't catch up before the end of the stream if you do that, I'm afraid, at this point. What was I talking about? I completely lost my train of thought, because I had a derp. Armor-piercing ammo, it's over here. Damn it! Yeah, getting a personal train would be a good idea. I should probably do that soon. Here we are. Damn it. One stack will do. Actually, I can do that. And then do this. And actually, I'll take another stack as well. Put that there. That's all good. We're low on steel axes. Let's make another 5 of them. Oh yeah, artillery cannon. Yes, okay, so I reversed the mouse buttons. And I've had that for a very long time. But when I try and use train-mounted artillery cannons, it's ordered with the right mouse button. I'm pretty sure normally it's supposed to be the left mouse button. But because of my weird control setup, it's the right mouse button. But whenever I order an artillery train to fire, it fires 5 shots at the same point. It just queues up 5 shots. If I order it to fire at 3 locations, it will fire 5 times at one, 5 times at the next, 5 times at the next. And it's really annoying, because it uses up a lot of ammo, and I don't know how to fix it. Right, that's... things cleared up fairly decently. There's a lot of stuff actually we can just get rid of permanently. Okay, I'm suddenly getting a lot of... YouTube's flagging a lot of comments right now. It's hard to keep track of what's being said here. Oh dear. I'm just gonna leave those. Right, I can put these here. Put these here, not using them again. Is the pistol anywhere here? I don't see it, which means I must have put it somewhere else already. I've forgotten where I have like a storage chest for junk, but I'm sure I have one. Ah, whatever, it's here now. Maybe I'm blind, there is a pistol here. But overall, I think we're good. Let's go. Oh, wait, no, I still have a bunch of crap here. Let's take this out and Put this in here as well. So that, some of the coal, the ore, half the wood. So we've got some space in case we chop down more trees. Now I'd say we're decent. Yes, the sheepdog effect. Oh, radar replacements. Good thinking. Where does it need to go? What do I have coverage of and what do I not? It needs to be basically in the middle of the furnace array. Damn it. That's a trek. You're becoming a Factorio professional after a few years of playing it. Oh yeah, it takes a long time. I'm not a professional yet. That probably counts as one, but I often don't feel like one. I'm pretty good at the game, but I'm definitely not, like, the best. I've been playing this game for nearly 4 years. Right, I'm just going to stick this here, because I think that covers everything, and I can't be bothered walking any further. Is that coverage of everywhere? No. What? How did I screw that up? Let's just put 2 down. I'm going to move this to the other end of this furnace array. So it's not interfering with anything. And then we'll build another one over in the base. Did I mine another one and just forget about it? Might want to connect the iron ore from the factory part. Yeah, I should do that. Actually, we can bypass a whole bunch of this, because we can just bring it up here. Just send it into here to make sure there's space. We'll do a fancy system of output priority left, input priority right. And then it'll all balance again properly over here. There we go, that'll keep things running nicely for a minute. Let's flip this around and just send all the ore back the way it came. Hopefully we can just reverse this the entire length. It might get a bit weird with splitters in a minute. Oh no, perfect. Awesome. That's all fixed. There's a bit of crap here, but whatever, it's fine. God, you got your iron chest blueprint prepared. You can definitely tell that that Sheepdog's in the chat, based on the topics we're approaching here. Right, let's plonk down a train. That's not a train, that's a tank. They both begin with T. Shush. Words are hard. Let's go. I mean, I could have taken the train, but I wanted to do a bit of driving in this first. Oh, that's the point, yes. Thank you very much, Sheepdog. Let me just refresh my dashboard, because last I checked, like, when I started the stream, I was on 27,999 subscribers, and I've just been congratulated by Sheepdog that I'm at 28,000, so I suppose I have reached that now. So that's awesome. More trash slots. Wait, no, that's also trash slots. Damn it. Yeah, wait, there's no more room for trash slots, is there? We're done. Let's get power armor. That gives us more inventory space. I'm going to refresh my dashboard. And now I'm at 28,003. Print screen. I have a tradition of every subscriber milestone I reach, I take a picture of it and stick it in a folder, or I keep them all. And I think I managed it for every 1,000 views, so every 1,000 subscribers so far. And there's no real purpose to it, because it's literally just a picture of a number. But it matters, you know? So I always collect those, and I try and get them on the right numbers. I've managed to get some cool ones, like I got the Fibonacci sequence. 11235. Let's see how this goes. Should be okay, because it's a tank, and there's nothing more than medium spitters here. So I've added that to my screenshots. And clear out all the biters. And sorted. All is good. We've made our first advancement. Oh, and I can see that Ponu7 has arrived in the Discord now, so that's cool. That means the integration works, it actually functions, and he has arrived. It's got a train theme to the room names that I'm fairly proud of. Perhaps, like, unreasonably proud of, but whatever. There we go, another base. Yeah, this is going to be easy with the tank. At least until they start evolving because of how many of them I've killed. I love that, like, most of the flagged messages that are appearing in the chat are sheepdog. Even, like, the last one wasn't even meant to be, like, a rude thing. It was actually just him talking normally, but the chat's still like, nope, he doesn't get to say it. YouTube knows. Yeah, YouTube's got a weird naming convention because they didn't plan ahead when they first made their stuff. Alright, let's just keep going. Let's just see what we find. I think we need some uranium, right? Yeah, we don't have any right now, so let's see if we can find some of that on our adventures. But yeah, YouTube called following subscribing, meaning it's got to call subscribing sponsoring. But then what does it call sponsoring? Now what are we supposed to do? Oh. Well, this is wonderfully easy. And there's some uranium. Not much, though. I'd definitely like to have more than that. It's not really going to cover us. Also, let me just get this out of my inventory so that it can feed the tank. And on we go. Let's just see how far we can go. Establish a new front line. Get some radars running. Be great. How can you join Discord? If you are a sponsor of the YouTube channel, which is basically like being a subscriber but for YouTube, which you can access by going onto the YouTube gaming page and pressing the button next to subscribe, then you can set up integration between YouTube and Discord, and then Discord will let you access my private Discord server. And you can say hi, and I will also frequently say hi. And I might tell you secret things about upcoming videos and plans and so on and so forth. And ask for what advice on what games to play next and things like that. Velasco, do you have a Discord account? Have you linked it with your YouTube? Have you pressed the button specifically that has you join the Discord, the particular server? There's a button you have to press for it. Does the Ribbonworld also have Railworld settings? I can't remember. I think I may have made the map on stream. So, actually I don't think I did, but I think I told people what the settings were then. I think they're all pretty standard. I don't know if I went Railworld. I think that's unlikely. I probably went for more common resource rates, because Ribbonworld can interact weirdly with Railworld settings and stuff like that. You might end up with just nothing of any kind of ore nearby, which would be awkward. So far so good with the biter killing. No issues yet. Haven't even had to get out and repair yet. Oh, the bases are getting a little bit bigger, but it still seems to be sort of within their capability. You probably can't see because it's nighttime and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to zoom in on the tank so you can look at the tank, if you can even see that. Everyone is helping with advice on how to sort out being on the Discord. You don't become a moderator by being a sponsor. It doesn't work like that. If it did, YouTube chats would be a nightmare hellscape of destruction. Now, moderators are appointed by the channel owner, and that is the only way you become a moderator. You don't have to be a sponsor to be a moderator. So, it's just a case of who I think I can trust to moderate effectively. Also, thank you, Sheepdog, for the £5 super chat. I only did this to see if Bentham has notifications set up. I don't. I imagine that there are programs that have YouTube integration, but I imagine it's relatively limited in comparison to Twitch. But it is something I'd like to try setting up in future. Like, at some point I might go for the whole fancy face cam, stream notifications, moving tickers, countdowns, all that cool stuff, but at the moment I literally just press record on Factorio like I would for a video, but with a different bitrate. And that's how I do things. Okay, biters are getting a little bit heavy now. It's getting a little bit crazy. I'm slightly concerned that if I get stuck, I may get bogged down and die. So let's try and thin out this crowd here. I mean, I could kill things by ramming them. That might help save some work. Also, that'll slow me down, though. Could be dangerous. Let's get the worms dealt with. They're the dangerous thing. There we go. That's all the worms. Cut the chasing biters, and let's make an attack run on the bases. Destroy them all. Sorted. And clear out the rest of the biters. And all is good, except there's one spitter over there. Hold on. Can't hide from me. What next? Can't make any more armor yet. Not for... Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's the power armor, like the proper stuff. The second to last tier. I didn't realize that was only blue science. What next? Nothing, again, particularly springs to mind. Something I hugely want. General improvements to... I guess we can just unlock some more power suit stuff ready for that sort of thing. Let's get energy shields and stuff. Awesome, Velasco. Let me see if that's registered. Yeah, what I'll do, seeing it like... If you tick the box, let me just press a button. I could do this in like 2 seconds. Server, integrations... Force synchronization, and in a couple minutes time, or maybe instantly, you should have access to the Discord if you've done everything right. If not, you can message me and I will sort out with you how to do it. Right, ammo's getting a bit low, so we'll have to turn back soon. Also, you know what? Let's just... this is a good place to stop. This, yeah, Let's make our wall here. I think that'd be good. Yep, definitely. Wall right here. Don't need to advance anymore. Yeah, we're good. I'd say we're good. Let's just plonk down our blueprint, put in the ammo, and leave. That seems like a nice plan. There are certain limits to what this tank can endure. It can probably do with that base, but it's... I see big worms. Wait, are there big worms? Oh no, actually, maybe they're only mediums. Maybe I can take it, but also... Maybe I should do that another time. Okay, ammo. Let's put 25 in everything. If we can manage that. I'm not sure if we can. Let's just steal everything the tank has for a minute. There we go. Back to 200 there. Use all 25, got 4 left. That'll work fine, actually. I was panicking over nothing. We can easily fill all these with 25 and have plenty of ammo left over. Stick it all in the tank. Small amount for myself in case the tank explodes for whatever reason. Fix things up and we'll go home for the moment. Don't have any walls. Could make some, actually. Yeah, I'll make the walls. Start with the gate. Make a stack of those, which isn't enough, but I want to make sure I get the right amount and don't waste any. Because there's not much use for walls in this. You just need your walls on the left and the right and you're good. Nightbots on... Wait, not Discord? I'm talking about YouTube. Unless you also meant YouTube and, like, had a derp. I think another 10 and then... That should be exactly right, actually. Perfect. Also, it's weird that overlaps the edge of the world there, but sure. Oh, I also overlap the edge of the world. I'm just sticking my feet out over nothingness. Everything's fine. Not terrifying at all. No existential horror here. Did I place that right? That's not in the middle. Whatever. Don't confuse him, he barely knows how to stream. Yeah. I just press the button and it goes, and I hope everything's fine. But you can get notifications for Patreon and stuff as well, can't you? I mean, I don't have a Patreon, but I should get one. This is the trial of, like... Oh, there's biters here. How did I miss these? Whoops. Oh, there's a base. Well, that was dumb. Now they're all dealt with. Everything's fine. Yeah, this is sort of a test of, like, are people willing to actually... like, give me money on a regular basis? And apparently so, based on this trial of sponsorship so far, so that's awesome. When are the robots going to be ready? I don't know. Let me get round to them. Oh, weird patch of... It looked like light, but it's actually just a slightly different terrain type. Oh, there we go. Someone else has arrived in the Discord. I presume that is Velasco, because you found the button. There's our uranium. How much is in that? 145k, actually. It's not terrible. But I don't think it'll give us the fuel that we need to kickstart Covarex enrichment. And that's the key. Oh, thank you for the offer, Prime Dead. I might take you up on that. YouTube player is constantly loading something. Anyone else having the same problem? That sounds like it might be something on your end, I'm afraid. All I need to do is promise to upload one video a day and I'll get 28,000 patrons. I'm not sure if it works quite like that. I'm pretty sure that not all the 28,000 subs are live subs. Because otherwise I'd get 28,000 views on certain videos, and I definitely don't. Bring this back to this random comment that I got, like, the other week, where someone just commented, no other words, all they said was, most of your subs are dead subs, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's probably true, but why did you state it? What was the purpose? What was the reasoning of suddenly telling me this? I know. It's how YouTube works. Most of your subs are generally dead subs. Right, I'm going to stop off here. In this parking area, apparently, because I've done this before. And I'm going to set up a bit of mining here. And I think I'll try setting up the mining without setting up the rails. Also, that's weird. Look at that. Do you guys see that? That there's like a seam in the iron deposit that seems to line up with a chunk? That this chunk has a deeper color for the ore than this chunk and this chunk? It's quite subtle, so it's possible that you guys can't see because YouTube. But there's like a line here. It's weird. Anyway, I want to mine this. I think I'm just going to mine this at full pelt if I can. And get it out the way. That's probably the best way of doing things. Damn it, that's sort of in the way. Let's just do it like that. And yeah, just compressed in many as I can. Belt running, I guess we'll go this way actually. Go underground, over to here, escape somewhere up, we'll say. Power-wise, we can put in a couple of underground belts. Oops. Plonk, plonk, Plonk. That'll mine that quick as we can. I think I'll also want a strip of miners here. I'll work through this quickly. Something like that, because the rails run along this line. I don't technically need it. But I think... Let me look at how ore is doing. Plates could definitely be better. Ore could definitely be better. I never put that radar in, damn it. We can definitely add to this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have all these. I don't mean dead subs as in literally dead people, necessarily, but on a grim note, that's probably also the case. Well, not that most are, but that some are. It's a weird thing to consider that there are people out there who subscribe to you and have watched your videos and are now dead. It's a bit sobering, really. We need to put that there. And then I'm going to send these off over there and make a new train, I think. Like, how far can... Yeah, it makes sense to have a station. Yeah, I'm just going to run them along under here. I think that'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's space for underground belts to jump. Whoops. So, there. There. Underground. Underground. Send them both on there. Merry way. Friend and I are finishing up a Zero Belts game. Any suggestions on another weird restriction run after that you know isn't Ribbonworld? Have you done Lazy Bastard yet? The no crafting challenge? I actually just completed a run of that the other day. Just off camera, I was like, I've done a series on this, but also I would quite like to have the achievement. Just because, like, if I do Factorio YouTubing literally for a living, I feel like I should... I feel like when people go to my Steam, they should see that I have that achievement. So I've been doing a couple of achievement runs recently with that. So if you haven't done that, that's one you could try. Just doing a marathon playthrough, I think, is an interesting challenge. If you want to try that. Might get frustrating because everything takes more materials to make the same amount of stuff. Might not be for everyone. But I think it's cool. There is, yes, there is a no... It's stupid. There is a challenge where you're not allowed to use the movement keys. It's ridiculous. You have to transport yourself around the base by placing belts that move you around. It's the stupidest thing and it's brilliant. Right, I'm going to build a new station here. Using my blueprint. But yeah, that's something you can do, and it's silly. And someone's done it, and it took them months of painstaking work. I wouldn't recommend it, I'll be honest. Someone's shown it can be done, and it should never be done again. Oh, damn it. Stupid power pole. Gotta redo the blueprint now. There. Do we have enough rails? I think we do. We're just a bit close. Whoops. I shouldn't be crossing these tracks as blind as I am. Not a good idea. Let's stop doing that. Right, I think 2 chain signals are involved in this recipe. Yes, 2 chain signals, 11 normal signals, 2 stations. Need another station. Need another chain signal. At the end of this, I should have 14 signals left. Make it 13. Some here. Oh, there's also one here. How many signals was I supposed to have left? I've forgotten already. Ah well. We'll just have to see if we screw it up then. When trains get stuck here. 15. It may have gone backwards and it's supposed to be 15 I have left, because I think it was 14 I said before. Also, there's energy shield research. Let's do personal report, that's always nice. Chain signal there. Station there. Don't want to have another 2 stations, apparently. Ah, well. And oh, I think hold on. Let me scroll. I think I missed. Oh, I'm sorry, Spectre Grim. I missed your £5 super chat. Some monies to help ensure more future contorted porcine products. That's another one that I hadn't thought of before. Very good thinking. Like everyone's a lot more imaginative with the wacky names than I am. I'll be honest. Oh dear, bad time for people to come into the stream back then. I blame Sheepdog, it's all Sheepdog's fault. He does weird things. He has an effect on people. Okay, 2 trains, 3 wagons. Wait for those to craft. What other games would I recommend after playing Factorio? I don't know. Wait, what do you want? Give me some, like, what sort of games do you like? And then I can give you a rough idea of stuff. Because, like, my preferences are my preferences. It's not like because I like Factorio, I will like everything else that people who like Factorio would like. Difficult sentence that. Like, I have the games that I like. Like. And, they will never quite be the same as anyone else. And so when someone asks to recommend a game, it's like, well, I don't know if you'll like it, though. Because the only knowledge I have is that I do. And that's not much to go off of. Some lights will be nice here and there. Yeah, I'm getting a bit behind on the whole lighting thing. Let's just put lights the length of the rail network for a minute. To sort that out a bit. Certain limitations to what I can do, though. Yeah. What do you mean, after Factorio? You don't play any other games after Factorio, you just keep playing Factorio. Duh. Camare asks, Sheepdog Gaming, Mangleport Gaming, how did you guys ever find each other? It seems like an odd match. Peachy. Peachy brought us together. Peachy was on roll for it, with me, he'd done stuff with Sheepdog, he decided to do Factorio, he roped us both in. The rest is a terrifying history that must never be repeated. I can just take the train back, actually, now. Actually, do I? No, I do want to do that, because I didn't quite finish the work. Maybe I should just finish the work before I put the lights in, but whatever. Let's do some logistic spot stuff. Actually, I need to get off this train, because I want to put in some more signals as I go. And thank you, Velasco, for the $10 tip, super chat. 2 hours of work / stream, second hour of second hour of work / stream, second hour of pay. Thank you very much. I like this system. I approve. I actually got distracted reading chat there and didn't put in all the rail signals I was planning on putting in, so let me go back and do that now. Not actually that long a journey, this, but whatever. Production, have a look at production line now, it's got a few updates. I should probably do that. I keep hearing about that recently. I wonder if it is improved from before, because the problem I found with it was that once you'd built your car factory, that was sort of it. You were done. And it felt like it was missing something, like, afterwards. Whereas Factorio has continuous new stuff to do, more so. I need to put these on the other side, there's not enough room here. That's the thing, like, and I didn't, like, the reason my series just suddenly cut out was because an update broke my save, but I didn't have the motivation to go back and continue, because I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to build the same factory again. I did it. I made a car factory. Like, all you need to do is make that basic factory and then press fast forward and you have a money machine, and then you can make whatever factory you like so that you can make a bigger money machine. And that's the last I heard about that. I don't know if it's been changed or not. I hope there's been improvements. I hope there's more reason to continue playing now. And if there is, I will quite possibly go back to it and play some more, because people quite liked it on the channel when it was on there. Sheepdog is the opposite of a moderator. I like the, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that works. Right, I'm trying to work out... I need to do a three-way split of materials here. It's a bit awkward. I'm not sure if I can do that evenly. That lots of work. Turning 2 belts into 3. Maybe I should just have 2 of the belts operational now and leave the rest till later. We'll leave the other one till later. Have it transport something else, maybe? Well, let's just get them over there and see what we do. Like, so if we... Oh, actually, there's a way. If we just do we can just do like a 4 to 4, plug in 2, take out 3. That works, right? There's probably an easier way to do it, but I'm going to do it that way, because that's the way I know. Couple undergrounds there. We've done some more research. Battery Mark II, let's get. Just pretend like it was going into 4, but then it only goes into 3, and I suppose that works. Now, power. Plonk, 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 plonk. And then I was about to go and connect it up to the other station. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a power line along the entire bottom row of the map. Quite convenient. You're the moderator YouTube wants, but not the one it needs right now. Yeah, chat isn't very good for my productivity because I'm very bad at keeping up with chat, and chat is quite active. Lots of confusing things being said. Hello, the clear rider, I think. They're not iron chests, they're steel chests. Jeez, guys, what do you think I am? Bloomin' barbarian? I don't make iron chests, I make steel chests. And we've got a new sponsor. Welcome, FFVGR255. Really rolls off the tongue, that. Are you a robot? Is that how that works? Like a serial number. Oh yeah, I should, in the Sheepdog and Peachy game, request iron chests to a requester so that I can burn the requester periodically. Which mods am I using? Absolutely none. You can set this up in the vanilla game. It's just the map settings. You just set a limited map height. It's totally a thing. Super useful to do wacky stuff like this and live on a ribbon. Oh yeah, I could feed one back into the balancer, but do I need to do that? Will that matter? Perhaps it will actually. I thought. Ah well, I've done it now. It's fairly good. I'm the only YouTuber you watch, so it's only fair that you support me. Well, thank you very much for that. That's awesome that there is someone out there who only watches me. I mean, jeez. You're missing out on so many better YouTube channels. Ah, so you are a robot. Your secret has been revealed. Also, I realized I've broken this because I took the iron supply away. Whoops. We need 2 more splitters on the end of the balancer. You don't need any more on the end of the balancer. Can we see? Yeah, like, that should do, right? It looks pretty even to me. Maybe not quite. Okay. You may have a point. Maybe there need to be splitters on the end as well. Oh yeah, that's not right at all. Because yeah, that like it's splitting it, so half is going this way, and then half is going here, and then quarters are going this way. Oh, I've completely messed that up then. Yeah, it does need an extra balancer. Fair dues. I was wrong. You still have no idea what's happening in this game. Have you not played Factorio before? Factorio is great! You get the demo. The demo is really good. It teaches you all the basics so you can decide if it's the game for you based on that. Hello, Gyro Byro. What a name. Do a Factorio game with no wood nor steel chests. Never! I am the machine. Of course there are robots following me. One of the servers with the most playtime is a Ribbon Marathon server in vanilla. Ribbon Marathon? Oh god, no! That's horrifying! Why would anyone subject themselves to that? How thin is the ribbon? Please tell me it's like at least 64. Okay, thanks for coming, Sheepdog. See you later. But god, yeah, a ribbon marathon? Terrible. Yeah, it's only because I was feeling one side of the balances I derped on that. But I don't want to go back there now. It's too far away. What else to do? We could research personal laser defense, but I never use it, so... 5th time playing the demo already. Yeah, like, even the demo is addictive. It's great. The question of our time. How thin is the ribbon? Now I have a t-shirt. A Rumba started a Ribbon Angel Bob multiplayer? That man is... insane. That man is not human. That's just horrifying. Yeah, now what Rumba needs to do is a Ribbon Angel Bob marathon. Apparently, Beiju's doing a Ribbon marathon right now and has got up to 1,000 science per minute. Again, these are terrifying things that scare me a lot. I never want... That's... No. Like, I play Factorio for a living and I think that's insane. And I've never done anything close to that. I forgot lights over here. Surely I would have thought to put them here. Jeez. Get a few more. Okay, the ribbon's 128. That's more reasonable. Then that you can do a decent amount of stuff with that sort of space. Because, yeah, that's just crazy. I thought I had better light discipline than this, but look at this stuff. It's dark everywhere. It's terrible. I'm ashamed of myself. My terrible ability to actually show you what I'm doing. That's more like it. Oops. Thank you, Robot551, for your, $5 Canadian, I assume? Here's some money from your robotic followers. Thank you very much. But Factorio quickly fell into madness, not knowing what you were doing at all. My balances are just, I'll put some splitters here and pretend it works. Oh, I do that. When I've got a weird number of belts to balance with each other, I just keep adding splitters till it looks like it's worked. That might make you feel better that, like, someone who literally does this as a job, again, is, just muddles along half the time when it comes to balancing. Right, I'm going to move this out the way so that I can start running railway down here. So I'm actually going to get rid of these lights I literally just placed. And just have this stuff join up here now. Can't play this game unless it's with your friends, and your friends have jobs now. Ah, there's a problem. Right, let's just break these. Split. And then... what we'll have is... Oh, I should do it like this, actually. Do it like that. Merge that there. Do that, and then we'll have output right, input priority left. Keep that balanced. Send it off that way. There to clear a bunch of belts. More chat reading. A 5-tile map. Yeah, no. People have done that sort of thing. That I feel like that stuff's being fun. I mean, I guess it is a sort of challenge to someone, but the amount of time you have to sink into just moving from A to B when you've got a ribbon that's like 5 tiles wide. I don't know if you can do 5. I think you can do 6, though, technically. Because there aren't any structures. Actually, no, there's the rocket silo, so you have to have at least 10 wide, or if you've got it a vertical ribbon, you can have it 9 wide, or maybe 10 still. I don't know. Theoretically doable, but not fun. Not fun. Factorio, fear the machine run. No turrets, no logistic spots. No turrets of any kind, because I've done no laser turrets before. Did that recently. But I struggle more with the lack of any logistics network. It's annoying, because I don't really use the logistics network much, but I use it at, like, just enough that not having it is a real pain. Right, let's go get some steel. Ah yeah, speaking of steel, the factory's probably dying. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem soon. Need to set up some steel smelting again. In the meantime, though, I'm just gonna nick what's here. Wow, there's a lot. That'll help fix it. Quite easily set up a blueprint for power and lighting on a Ribbonworld. Just place 2 blank area you expand before laying anything else down. Yeah, I should do that. Once I have logistics, I can just have a consistent rail line with power and light running along the bottom line of the entire map. Which is nice. Let's do more logistics stuff. Ready for when we actually get that. Right, run that as far as we can, then we've got an issue with copper. Also, need to do a bit of landfill. It's here, so... There. We can run the line across that. These are still here. Technically we can move them though. I might just do a redo of all this mining actually. Probably best. Let's clear all this out and do it again. Accounting for the rails. Welcome to the stream, Rill. Yeah, I'm streaming at a more perhaps normal time this time around, though I'm afraid we are pretty much at the end for today. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far, but I did say 2 hours, and so we should probably wrap up soon, because it is nearly 2.5 hours now. I usually do go over. Clear all this. So we can just start afresh. Is going to mean no iron for a minute, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Get that out of the way. Don't need these anymore at all. Recently got Factorio. Love the game, but starting to get bored playing myself most of the time. I'd say you should buy it. But, I mean, I'm a bit biased, to be honest. I'll be fair, somewhat biased. Right, we need to just have long range power poles here, really. So we can put one there. Just clear out all these old ones. That's still connected, so that's nice. Move a bit of this out of the way because we want to have decent miner coverage on the bottom here. So if we do that, we get a fast underground belt. We run it here. Then we have splitters. We prioritize output on the left, and that way there will be some space for these miners to place onto here. Also, do that. Make sure that's actually connected. Then we'll go to this side and we'll run miners the length of this. And then we have an issue here now, so I think I'll just add a bit more landfill. Dangerous game to play, because we only have so much water. This is all of our water. But I think we'll be okay. And we'll just really compress this to just murder this deposit, because we've got a new one now, and we want to move on to that soon. Hello, Bad Cosmonaut. Again, I'm behind on chat quite a lot. If I get a PO box, you will send me an actual 180mm by 180mm by 100mm iron chest. Will it be made of actual iron? I don't want any half measures here. Right, annoyingly this water pipe is right in the way. We can move this up a fair bit. It'll just break the water supply for a minute, and then everything will be fine again. And there we go. Gives us a space. I wonder if this can move. Yep, it absolutely can. Put it over here without any issue. There. Still need to remember to put one back in the base, but whatever. Right. Undergrounds like so. Similar thing on the other side. And we have this. Plenty of room for power poles, I should think. Any need for one? Yeah, there is a need for one there. Just run them down here. Connect this up and get it running and send this down before we waste too much smelting time. And do that with these as well. Again, I'm going to try and catch up with chat. You super chatted 10 euros, which took 10 euros from your bank account. Then you super chatted $10, which took 8 euros 19 from your bank account. Well, I mean, that's exchange rates. That's how that works. Well, yeah, not all super chats are equal because there's different amounts of money in them. That's how those work. Yeah, that sounds about right for the exchange rate from dollars to euros. Your Angel Bob's games only get as far as blue signs, then you feel like a regular game is so simple when you go back. That's the thing, if it gets to a certain point where it's just terrifying. It's so complicated when you have those modded runs to make anything new, and I like to have a proper main bus that's all neat and organised, which means I need to know how the game ends. I need to know what I'll need before I make the bus, so I make the right bus. And I can't do that in Angels or Bobs because I have no idea what late game requirements will be. Water's infinite in Factorio, but the issue is that I'll need a certain pumping rate. And I'll need a fair bit if I'm doing like nuclear power. Because they need a lot, and I may have to do nuclear power away from here, meaning I'll have to transport the water in by train, but I don't think I have the throughput for that. I think I have to build nuclear next to the lake. But that means I might have to actually bring in plates by train, because I'll have no room for it anywhere else. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's a 1,200 per second of water pressure. Is that from like 4 pumps on one tile of water? Because that was the thing he mentioned. Yeah, like one tile would not be enough for nuclear power. So I'm trying to just keep as much of the deposit in place as possible so I can do cool things like like put a row of land in so I can have a bunch of pumps feeding in and then have a load of pipes coming out and stuff like that. The more water I have to start with, the more I can utilize that to get lots of water throughput. Next time I stream, I should use the YouTube function to shout out to all your subs. It sends messages to all of us to know you're streaming. Oh, I mean, isn't like subscribing supposed to do that? Like, there's a button, there's this stupid thing. You know the alarm thing you have to press now? Because it used to be that when you subscribed, YouTube would be like, ah, I see you want to see this person's videos. I'm going to tell you when their videos come out. And then it was like, actually, we're going to do that sometimes. If you want it to be all the time, we've got this bell thing that you can press so that it's all the time. And then it went, actually, the bell doesn't always count. And so you have to press another option as well as the bell so that the bell actually works properly. Otherwise, you still don't actually get all their videos. But if you set up the final step of the bell thing, then you get a proper, like, notification thing in YouTube when I go live. And when a video comes out. It's a process, but you can do it. It's a mess. Oh, YouTube's terrible. Right, that's that sorted. We got to send it down here. Connect it with this line. And then all this gubbins will happen as long as we power it. And there we go. So I've done that the right way around. Yeah, so this one has priority. It goes into this underground. If there's still room on this belt, then these can mine. Might not always be the case if there's enough ore coming through, and then it all gets balanced again when it comes out here. Gets sent along to here, gets merged with this line here, then gets sent off that way towards the furnaces. Next step in the process is to be able to actually place all the rails here, because we're not quite there yet. And then we can get that train coming along, delivering its supply of iron ore. Also, while I'm here, because I've remembered, a radar. Now we can see everything again. Up to a certain point. And yeah, the factory is very quiet right now. No blue signs. Is it by any chance to do with a lack of steel? No, it's a lack of gears. Oh yeah, because I killed iron. That's why. Everything will be fine. The factory will keep running. Asking about Dead series. I mean, I'm hoping to revive a few of the Dead series, but at the moment I don't even have time to do any videos of my own. I'm just doing collabs in the occasional stream. I'm going to try and fit more time in and get more videos done. At the moment I'm just trying to deal with what footage I already have. I have, I think, over 20 hours of backlogged footage right now. And so I'm spending all my time rendering that stuff, which means I can't process footage. I'm rendering it, which means I have to process the footage, which means I can't record more footage because I've not rendered the previous footage yet. I'm trying. I'm getting there. Slowly. Okay, I'm going to move that to there and just split it in and it should be fine. I don't think we have the mining rate to cause any sort of issues with throughput, really. I'm actually just going to clear that out. That means we can... move that to there. There we go. Everything's fine. No power failures. No momentary shutdowns of an entire half of the base. Everything's fine. But yeah, I think I'll finish this off next time because we are at the 2.5 hour mark. So I think that's a good place to leave it. Yeah, the goal for next episode is to connect the rail lines, get the iron being delivered, and then start ramping up production a little bit, perhaps. Maybe going out in search of uranium, maybe getting logistics spots. There's a lot of different directions we can go in right now, so I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going to go. I just know that there's plenty of progress to be made. So let's finish by properly trying to catch up with the chat. How to use the bell thing? I don't even know. I think... I don't know how the settings work. It's stupid. They make it really difficult because they want to be able to decide what you can see. And so to override that and get them to just show you what you ask them is quite the challenge. But yes, one more time, I now have sponsorship active, which is like Twitch subscription, but for YouTube. You have to go to YouTube Gaming to activate it. But if you go there, it's next to subscribe, you press the button, you do the thing, it's $5 or your regional equivalent, adjusted to a small amount depending on exactly where you live, because YouTube has decided to vary it depending on region. If you do that, you get a little icon that's currently just 2 green circles, whatever that means. But you also can integrate your YouTube account with your Discord account, and that will give you access to the private Discord that I have, that I've just set up. Well, actually I set up ages ago, but I've just set it up with the YouTube integration. You'll appear there, and I will be there a lot to talk and say hi and tell you about things I'm doing, and it'll be a good way to keep up with stuff that's going on. And it's a nice reward for people that are supporting me monetarily in my essentially career of making videos for a living and that sort of thing. I will never catch up to chat, this is correct. Yeah, it's not that hard. You just have to subscribe, click the bell, adjust your notification settings, ensure you've watched every video put out by a person and live next door to them. Then you'll know for streaming. You have to subscribe, click the bell next to subscribe, and then in the options select get all notifications. That's how you have to do it, apparently. No, the bell thing is just notifications. It's just YouTube being a pain and not wanting to show you what the videos of the people you're subscribed to. They're trying to curate your subscription feed, which is stupid because it's a subscription feed. But if you go to every channel that you're subscribed to and select that bell, then you will actually get all the videos that all those channels put out. Otherwise you won't. It's stupid. Any thoughts on continuing Cortex Command? Yes, I would like to do that. I was hoping to stream this at some point, but it doesn't seem to react well to OBS. I can't get OBS to recognize that Cortex Command exists. So I haven't been able to do that. But that would be a cool thing to do in a stream in the future. Favorite thing about Ribbonworld's one simple bullet delivery train meets all your defensive needs for a very, very long time. Yep. It's great. Just deliver to either end of your lines and you're good. Yes, thank you, Prime Dead. Let me actually just search you now. So I can follow up on that. Yep, there we go. Awesome, thank you. Oh, the iron chest will be made. You're gonna make an iron chest with a 3D printer. Wow, you're actually getting quite serious about this. You haven't got your Discord thing yet, MB the... Okay, MB the MB. Should be there when... Yeah, like... So you need to go into Discord, you need to go to integrations, you need to integrate it with YouTube, then... Once that's done, you have to go back to that screen, and there will be a box to tick to join the Discord. Make sure you've ticked that, then the Discord synchronizes once every hour, and so within the hour, you will end up on the Discord, if you've done that. Well, like, you can set it so that you don't actually get pings, but if you just select the bell so that the bell is active but don't select notifications, then you will at least have everything appear in your subscriber feed and not have YouTube hide certain videos from you. That's the thing. So there is a reason to not have notifications switched on, but also it's useful for YouTubers you particularly want to keep track of. What happened to the Long Dark? That was years ago, mate. I mean, that was just like... Here's the thing, the next video in that series was going to be me sat in a house sorting my inventory, and I just couldn't be bothered doing it. It wasn't going to make a good video. I also couldn't be bothered to doing it. I couldn't be bothered to do it without recording it. No one was watching the series anyway. I eventually gave up with the Long Dark series. What if you did Railworld with no trains at all? I mean, that would just be Belt Highway World. It wouldn't be as fun. You'd have more consistent supplies of material, but no, though. It's doable, it'd just be a pain. You just have giant tracts of belts leading from your deposits to your furnace areas. And thank you, Velasco, for that $5 super chat for explaining YouTube. Thank you very much. Someone has to, because YouTube isn't. Hold on, we've done some science. Let's do labs research speed, just because that one always stares at me when I open the science thing. Okay, well there we go. That's I've managed to catch up with chat. It only took me like 10 minutes. I've got a warning thing on OBS. OBS was just showing red. Oh no, what's happening? I dropped a bunch more frames, like hundreds of them. Did the stream die? Oh no, I think the stream died. Is everything okay? Am I still here? Is it all good? I just dropped a lot of frames for a minute there. I have no idea why, but everything seems to be fine now. But anyway, we're going to finish, so, you know. A trucking mod. Instead of rails, it's a road that auto trucks run on. I mean, there'd be barely a difference between that and a train network. Everyone's saying the stream is okay. For me, it went down. And for OBS, it went very weird for a minute. So I don't know, I was panicking. What seems to happen when someone's wrapping up a stream, somehow magically the stream will start to struggle. Even though, how could YouTube possibly know that the stream's about to end? But, there we go. That's going to be it for today. So, next stream, finishing off the rail lines, getting ore being delivered, getting that running into smelters, and seeing where that gets us in terms of the factory's rate of operation. And going into perhaps higher technologies. I don't think we're going to be getting to anything like purple science quite yet, but that's because we have plenty of other research left to do, and currently we're struggling in terms of certain materials. One thing we need to do is get steel smelting set up, so that's a definite priority. I will put that high on the list. But we're doing pretty good. We pushed back the biters a fair way, at least on the left side. Next up the right side, I suppose. We'll see if we can find some more uranium in that direction. And maybe we can start working towards nuclear, but I don't think we will, because as we've seen in these streams, I get very distracted by chat and things move fairly slowly. So, you know, we'll see what we can do. But that's all we have time for today. I need to go eat, because it is 10:15 here, and I haven't had my tea yet, and I'm quite hungry. So, with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.